Welcome to Leading Voices by GSF. My name is Antoni Lacinai, keynote speaker, sometimes an MC, and here I am the host of this program. Today with me I have Christian Buchholz. Guten Tag, Christian.
Oh, good morning, Antoni.
I have my school German with me, but we won't do this in German for sure. We get lost very quickly. Christian, before we go into the association that you represent, tell us about you. What's your passion?
Yeah, I obviously live in Germany, in the middle of Germany, in Düsseldorf. And I'm working as a professional speaker and talking about innovation and change and transformation. And for a couple of months now also about artificial intelligence, because that's a typical popular topic right now, but it's mainly about innovation. So making companies innovate better, more, and creating better ideas. That's my daily business.
I mean, yesterday I was in Helsinki talking about innovation culture. Nice. So I still talk about the human aspects of it, and then you come in. We should do a duo, you and I, a combo.
Yes.
Okay, the association represent. What's the name of it?
So my association is the GSA, which is the German Speakers Association, but it's not only for Germany, it's for all German-speaking countries. So it's also for Switzerland and Austria. It's the mutual association for these three states.
Yes, so German-speaking speakers association or something like that. When did it start?
I think we started in the year 2005, and it was founded by Siggi and Claudia Haider, who have been to the NSA, and they took over the idea to Germany, and they started that at this time. And I think it's about 20 years ago. So maybe next year we have a huge celebration of 20 years GSA. So it's a while ago.
20 years. We will celebrate our 10 years in Sweden, so you're way ahead of us. What is the purpose that you see it for your GSA association?
Yeah, I think the purpose is to give, especially the German-speaking speakers, a platform where they can exchange ideas, where they can learn from each other, where they can grow, and also where they can establish contacts into the international market when they are going to other countries. And that's merely my person who is getting the connection to the GSF. And this is something we really focus on in Germany.
And what is it that you do in GSA that you're most proud of?
I think we have been growing a lot in the last years. So we are, I don't know the exact number, but we should be like 800 members, which is, I think, the second largest community after the NSA. So we are a large community of speakers, and I think that is something we can proud of, that we're able to get so many people who are speaking into the organization. And it's a very active community. So we have a lot of interactive talks on Facebook groups. We meet a lot. We have some different special interest groups that we use. So it's very active, and it's always a great opportunity to meet other people, especially in our yearly conference. And that's something that I really like about the association.
So you have very active groups, you say, you have your yearly conference and so on. Yes. I'm thinking about how do you kind of handle a large number like that? We're talking about 800 or so speakers.
Yeah.
What is the success factors behind it? How do you work with them?
I think it's on one hand, we have a management team. So we have a team who's taking care of all the administrative work that comes with such a large number of members. And we have also quite active local groups and also special interest groups that's called PACs. And these PACs are focused on different topics like international speaking or marketing or something else. So I think that is something that makes it a large group, but also small connections, small networks who works together. And maybe that is the success factor here.
Yeah, and how do you foster those special interest groups then? Do they have their own Facebook groups or their own meetings, or how does it work?
Well, it depends on the group. So some have their regular meetings. Some only meet as a conference when they get together there. But usually they have a regular Zoom meeting time after time. And but there's not a curriculum. So every group is doing their own, depending on how many members they have and how much effort they want to invest. And some people also do a regular local meeting where they meet. So we have a local group here in Düsseldorf and Cologne who meets regularly, and that's also happening in other parts of Germany and also Switzerland and Austria. They have their local groups. So there's, besides the annual convention, there are also meetings in between members where a smaller group of members comes together.
So do you have like a driver for each one of them?
Yes, we have administrator or someone who is responsible for that. Sometimes these are 2 or 3 people, but there's always someone who has a head off here.
All right, cool. And what would you say is, do you have any type of challenges going on right now that you're thinking about a little bit extra?
Yes, of course. Having such a large number of members, we have all people from different development levels. So we have people there who started right now, who are newbies, who want to explore the world of speaking. And the GSA is offering a lot for them to get into the speaking world. We had an academy, we have a mentorship program. So some things that can help these people get into the business. But on the other hand, there are also these people who are doing that for a longer period of time, who are professional speakers for 10, 15, 20 years. And that is always a challenge, to find also some offers for these people, to keep them in the organization so that they find value there, besides meeting their friends and their keeping on that relationships, but to find some value in where they can learn and grow. And this is a challenge that we are tackling, and one of the things that we do.
So how do you plan to help out or support the more experienced one?
There's some things that are already established, like we have a $1 million table, like in at the NSA, where the people who earn a certain amount of money with speaking are meeting together at the convention. We have a professional member group who are especially for the professional members who are earning most of their money from speaking. And also a mastermind is in planning. So we are tackling this with these ideas, and some of them are working quite well. Some of them are in the development. But that is one of the challenges that we face, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can see the kind of spread from fresh to senior, yes, and all of the things in the middle. What do you see in your crystal ball then? What will happen in the future?
To teach the others and to help them grow, because that's how we also learned when we were younger. But
yes,
we also need to provide value for the more experienced people.
That's true. Yeah, also finding a way to pay back or pay to the next generation and so on. That's really good. Going back to my next question was with the crystal ball. What do you see in the future? What is the next step for you?
Well, I think there's a lot of changes in the world right now. The world is transforming in many parts. So we see geographical changes, a large movement to Asian countries, for example. Maybe there will be a stronger connection with these countries. I see that as a challenge also. Also the rise of AI, of course. So how many companies will book speakers in the future, or will they just have an avatar on stage, something like that? So these are always challenges that we have to face, and where we have to think about what the future brings. Right now, I think it's very important to meet in person, and we see that every year on the convention that there are many people looking really forward to that. Because they meet so often online, and meeting in person once a year is always something that is really, really nice. And that is also the next step in this year. So we have our convention in Munich this year. and this will also attract, I think, many international speakers who like the city. And
will this be one will be pure German speaking, or will it be an international track in it?
No, it will be an international conference. So people from all over the world are invited. And as I know so far, it's also, we have some English-speaking speeches there, some English speeches. But we also, I think we have a translation service also for the whole main stage program.
And when is this?
In Munich. And it's
when is it?
In September 2024.
All right. It won't collide with Bali, would it? The Global Speaker Summit?
I think it's not the same date, but it's close to it, yes.
All right. So can we see if people can go to both of them in that case?
I need to check if it's September, but I can tell you in a second.
Sure.
I saw.
While you check, anyone interested in going to Munich?
It's September, the beginning of September, 5 to 7.
5 to 7?
Yes.
5 to 7 of September. Okay, cool. So there you go. We're all invited. Make sure that you come. Is there anything that you think that GSF, the Global Speakers Federation, as an umbrella organization, can support you with?
Yeah, I think what's we have a German-speaking association, but in Germany there are a lot of international people living as expats or just there for a while, and sometimes we are not able to address them because our webpage is completely in German. So that would be quite nice if we could get a connection to these people through the GSF. And of course, what I like about the GSF community is the support from other associations and also the exchange between associations and the exchange of good ideas that have been worked in Sweden, for example, or at the NSA or somewhere else. And this is something where we can learn a lot from. And this is a huge pleasure to work with all these associations together.
I absolutely agree. And for me, as a board member of GSF, being part of it and having these connections immediately makes life pretty easy, actually. We'll set up something between our two associations and have a workshop together or something. Sounds really good. Great. Is there anything I forgot to ask you that you think that, Antoni, come on, you should have asked me this question?
Well, I think that's all. We talked about all the different aspects. What I think, what you just said, would be quite interesting to have more communication in between associations. I mean, Sweden and Germany, that's not that far away. Also, Germany and France, we are all neighbors here in Europe. So I think there could be more communication or more exchange in between our associations and also in the different conference. I don't know if Sweden is doing a conference this year.
No, not this year. It's going to be a small one, but that will be only Swedish. So it's only not Swedish, an international one.
Yeah.
We're looking into that as well. So here's our call to action to all of you listening and watching this. Cross-pollinate.
Yes.
Talk to your perhaps neighboring, associations and so on. Find out what's cooking, how you can help each other, support each other, and you will find out pretty quickly that you have a lot of things in common and some different ways of solving different issues. This whole thing about the leading voices is really helping me understand how similar we are and also where the differences are. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
All right, Christian. Thank you for this talk with you. We've been planning it for a couple of months, but we haven't had the time to do it before now. And whenever you see it, more to come for sure. But for now, thank you so much, Christian. Vielen Dank.
Thank you. See you in Munich.
Hope to. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.